You know, it's been said that knowledge is power, but wisdom is taking that knowledge and applying it to your life. And without that knowledge, our people will perish. We also know that the Latin meaning of the word doctor is teacher. And your doctor's job is to teach, reach, and inspire and motivate you to get that knowledge and wisdom and to change your life and the life of your family. And what if I told you that the majority of the things that you learned about health, about healing, about wellness was wrong, or maybe even a lie? Hi, my name is Dr. Eric Nepute, and I've dedicated my life to helping people get to the root cause of their problems and end human suffering. And I've really gone about this in a very non-conventional way. Let me tell you a little bit about my background. Ever since I was a child, I've always wanted to be a physician. I've always wanted to help people solve their problems. But when I started my conventional medical training, it just didn't answer the question, why? And that's where my outside-of-the-box, non-conventional health and wellness training started. You see, not only am I a primary care provider, but I also have a doctorate in natural medicine, a doctorate in chiropractic, a fellowship in functional neurology, a fellowship in internal health. I'm a certified athletic trainer. I've got a master's in clinical nutrition and 3 bachelor's degrees in human anatomy, sports medicine, and chemistry. And I don't tell you that to impress you, but to impress upon you that I think and act differently because of that. Not only do I have a very diverse educational background, but my business background is very unique as well. I've owned and operated over 30 of my own health and wellness centers that are fully integrated practices where people would come from all over the world to be seen. I've owned and operated surgical centers across the United States. I've been a part owner of a nutraceutical company. I've owned part of a hospital system. I've been involved with pharmaceutical biological companies. I've helped train thousands of doctors across the globe on how to get to the root cause of chronic illness. And as of recently, I've been honored to be a part of the Make America Healthy Again campaign, where Secretary of Health and Human Services, Bobby Kennedy Jr., has asked me to be a part of the movement to help eradicate chronic illness and childhood illness across the globe. I've also testified in front of Congress at a federal and state level to help improve policies and remove some of the unnecessary regulations so that people can actually get to the root cause of their problems and not just manage the diseases. And over the past 2 decades, I've dedicated my life to understanding the human body at its most fundamental level. I've always been driven by one mission, and that's to find the root cause of health issues, not just treat the symptoms. Now, let me ask you this. Have you or anyone you know ever struggled with fatigue, brain fog, weight gain, hormonal imbalances, digestive issues, leaky gut problems, chronic pain, low libido, anxiety, mood swings, autoimmune disorders, hypertension, heart disease, or liver and kidney issues? I know the list is long, but what if I told you there was a company backed by real science and real results that can help you with all of these issues and much more? Welcome to BioLimitless. I've seen firsthand how powerful the right approach can be, and that's exactly what I want to talk to you about with BioLimitless. Because the more you understand about how you are and how your body works, the better you can help yourself and help your family. Because self-care is the real healthcare, and it begins with understanding about you. At BioLimitless, we offer unique technologies backed by research and designed to help tens of thousands of people get better every single day. Let me tell you a little bit about some of the products and how they work. Let's first talk about our cellular reset formula. Cellular Reset is not like any typical metabolic or performance supplement on the market. It's a peptide-based bioregulator formula designed to work at a cellular level by combining strategic peptides in a specific manner in order to improve mitochondria, improve cellular repair, and improve metabolism. Some of the amazing results that you're going to have with that is rapid fat loss. We're going to shift your body from a sugar burner to a fat burner without losing muscle mass. In fact, our peptide blend has an exercise in a bottle in it where it literally mimics exercise and helps your body build muscle while burning fat at the same time and helping systemically reduce inflammation, which accelerates tissue recovery and improves endurance, helping your body rest, recharge, and operate at its full biologic potential. Now let's talk a little bit about our cell signals formula. This is a revolutionary bioregulator formula designed to optimize cellular communication and restore cellular efficiency, supporting energy, performance, and systemic balance in the human body. Listen, as we age, the production of key cell signaling molecules decline, dropping by 90% or more by the age of 30. This disrupts our cells' ability to vibrate at a frequency for energy production, detoxification, and repair. And these changes contribute to fatigue, brain fog, slower recovery, and other age-related challenges. Cell signal combines bioavailable nutrients to offset those issues and help restore optimal performance to the human body. Now, I'm sure many of you know that we're living in an era where anxiety, depression, insomnia, and mental illness are off the charts and rising. Our Neural Reboot formula is a potent tripeptide bioregulator formula designed to help rewire brain function, refire metabolic processes, and reboot cellular regeneration. This advanced blend of peptides works synergistically to restore balance at a cellular level, helping you think clearer, feel stronger, and perform at your best. This formula helps cellular renewal restoration, helps metabolic activation, cognitive function optimization. It connects the brain-gut axis, which helps maintain the communication between the neurotransmitters of your gut and your brain, and it helps with cellular vitality and is the key to longevity. Now, since we're speaking of the brain-gut connection, let me tell you about one of my favorite formulas, our Master Microbiotic formula. It is a clinically validated bioregulator formula designed to optimize gut health and recolonize the microbiome with potent spore-based master microbes and is supported by gut-healing regenerative peptide known as BPC-157, the healing peptide. Utilizing our patented phytomicroencapsulation technology, this formula delivers beneficial probiotics directly into the small intestine where we need them the most. This formula helps restore gut health, boost immune system, and enhances overall well-being in the human body. Now, in our increasingly toxic world, we are bombarded with harmful substances every single day, from heavy metals to microplastics to pesticides, herbicides, larvicides, fungicides, all these chemical toxins that make us toxic. Over 90% of Americans have detectable levels of harmful chemicals in their body that is literally killing them. Our Detox Pro Plus formula is built to combat this toxic burden and support natural detoxification in a safe, daily usable formula, scientifically backed with ingredients that bind and remove toxins while restoring balance at a cellular, genetic, and microbial level. This advanced blend also supports mitochondrial function, healthy inflammation markers, and promotes gut and liver detoxification processes. By targeting the root cause of toxic accumulation, Detox Pro Plus helps restore energy, strengthen immune function, and revitalize overall well-being while empowering the human body to function properly. Now, unlike most healthcare experts, at BioLimitless, we test, we don't guess. Now, I'm not here to discredit traditional healthcare, but if you've been searching for a better way, one that understands how your body works at a genetic and a cellular level, then BioLimitless is the answer. At BioLimitless, we know that true health starts within you. You have the power to transform your life, but it has to start with you. Self-care reimagined begins with you understanding more about yourself. Our BioLimitless DNA Discovery Kit measures over 800,000 genetic markers in your body and gives you the map and the blueprint how to live your life. If you don't understand how to live your genetic lifestyle, I don't care what vitamins, minerals, and supplements you take, you're not optimizing your production. What if there was a test that you could take from home that could measure how you should sleep, how you should exercise, what supplements you should have, when you should take them, what types of injuries your body's prone to, and much, much more. This test by itself has been an absolute game changer for thousands of my patients, and it'll be a game changer for you as well. At BioLimitless, we know that health starts from within. You have the power to transform your health, but it has to start with you. So let's get started today. Go to the link below, explore the products, and join the thousands who have found a better path to health with BioLimitless. Click the link, take control of your health, and transform your life, because self-care is the real healthcare. Hey everybody, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to our half hour to health this morning. I'm Dr. Eric Nepute. Hope you guys are having a blessed day wherever in the world you are. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. I'm excited to have a conversation with you this morning like we do every morning. Listen,
I'm a practicing physician here in St. Louis, Missouri. We've been blessed in our functional medicine, functional neuro practice. By the way, do you know what that means when people say functional? It means root cause, okay? We're all trying to figure out a term, a word, a marketing conversation, if we will, that says, hey, we do things different than other people do. And you know what we do that's different? We bring common sense solutions to common problems that people have. And I'm telling you, there are simple, easy, tried and true solutions for a lot of the problems that you and your friends and your family are dealing with, but they don't know how to deal with them. So I'm going to teach you today one of the most fundamental, basic things that if you'll apply to your life, it can change your life. And if you do these simple things, it can help you. We've had thousands and thousands of testimonials over the last couple of months about feedback from the information that people have received from these morning routines that we get together and we discuss. So today we've got an amazing topic we're going to get going with all of you on. But I want to say this before we get into this. Please remember, folks, you're not broken. You're blocked. Okay. All the symptoms that you have in your body, there's blockages and disconnections that are causing that. And it's usually deficiencies or toxicities. The vast majority of the symptoms, the problems, the ailments, the infirmaries, and if you want to call them the diseases, which are caused by disconnections in your body, are literally deficiencies or toxicities. And I'm going to talk about one today that I am shocked and surprised when I don't find it deficient with people. And we're going to talk about minerals. We're going to talk about a mineral called magnesium. And it's one of the most important minerals on the planet. I'm telling you right now, if you're not supplementing with magnesium on a regular basis, there's no way you could possibly be as healthy as you're supposed to be. And I'm going to give you some common sense solutions to that and why you should be doing it. Listen, doctor is Latin for teacher. My job is to teach, reach, inspire, and motivate as many of you as we possibly can to help you guys help yourself, because self-care is the real healthcare. And the more you know how to take care of yourself, the less you're going to be reliant on a system that's completely broken. Okay. A system that is not here to save you. I think you know this. Your insurance company's not going to save you. Your doctor's not going to save you. The hospitals certainly aren't going to save you. Your politicians have proven they're not going to save you. They can't even save themselves. So you have to understand that self-care is the real healthcare. And the more you know how to take care of yourself and your family, the less you have to be relying on a system that, quite honestly, is so backwards and so broken that it's just not even funny. And so I want to encourage you guys to like, subscribe, and share. Make sure you share this information. And make sure you guys comment below where you're watching from. Let me know where you're watching from, and I'll give you a shout out this morning. Let's go ahead and see who's with us so far. Tammy, good morning in Wisconsin. Denise, good morning in Missouri. It's great to see you, Denise. Linda up in Canada. Good to see you, Miss Linda. Miss Susan down at the Lake of the Ozarks. What a great day it is to see you, young lady. Miss Rena down in Georgia. Good morning this morning. Dr. Christine, great to see you, young lady. Oh, Dr. Christine said she just got her Master Stack ordered today. That is awesome. You're going to love that Master Stack. And guys, remember, we still have a promo going, Bio30. When you go and you check out for the Master Stack or any of the products and services that we are offering at BioLimitless, you can type in the code Bio30. It gets you 30% off the products and protocols there. Fantastic. And man, do we have some big announcements we're going to be making this week. I'm so stoked about the announcements we're going to be making this week. Dina, good morning this morning. Sunshine, good to see you. George, good morning. Have a blessed day, my friend. I hope you're doing well, Georgia. Great to see you there. Christy, good morning down in Tennessee. Hope you and Jack are amazing. I got to get you guys on my schedule this week. Good morning this morning. Julie, good morning this morning as well down in Tennessee. Steph, good morning down in Springfield. Kathy, good morning. And good morning in Indiana. Miss Tammy up in Canada. Great to see you. Stacy down in Florida. Good morning, everybody. Guys, make sure you guys hit the share button. Share. Please share this. Help us break the algorithm so people can see this information. I need you guys to give me a thumbs up and a like as well. Linda, good morning in Virginia. Alicia, good morning in Ohio. It's so good to see you. Mark, Sven, Stephanie, Orion, Brig, Denise, Tammy, Steve, Jeremy, Michelle. Great to see all of you guys this morning. So listen, a couple things I want to talk about today. We are really excited that we have on our website, ready to rock and roll. Our bio basics are available. These are the fundamental basics that you should be doing and using. And I got to tell you, I was surprised. In fact, I was blown away by how many of our BioLimitless global community members aren't doing the basic nutrients that they need, that you can no longer get in your foods, like magnesium, like zinc and copper, like digestive enzymes. If you're not getting those in your system on a regular basis, like vitamin D3 and K2, you don't have the basics that your body needs to have good biophysiological functions and processes, and you're going to be suffering because of it. So I'm excited. You guys can go now on our website on biolimitless.com. We have updated our new zinc glycinate formula. So this is a new updated zinc glycinate formula. It's a chelated form of it, which means you can take less of this and you can absorb more. And that's what we're trying to do with all of our formulas. How can I get you to take less and get a bigger bang for your buck? So this is magnesium glycinate. It's a chelated form of magnesium glycinate. We're going to go over why you should be taking this in just a moment. Once you see and hear all this, and make sure you guys, if you have questions, put them in the chat about magnesium. Put them in the chat about anything. Type magnesium below. If you type magnesium below, we're probably going to send you something a little special later on today. But magnesium glycinate is a very, very important nutrient. It's something that I start my day off with and I finish my day off with. Now, this is a chelated form. It's only 150 milligrams, but it has an 80 to 95% absorbability because of the chelated form of it and the process of which we have created this compound. So you can take less and absorb more, which is huge because nobody wants to take handfuls of pills every day. And plus, I want you to make sure that you're getting the actual bang for your buck with this. So the magnesium glycinate, which is so important, I want to talk about that with you guys. So we now have on our site, you can go get the magnesium glycinate, you can get the copper zinc combo, you can get the digestive enzymes, and the vitamin D3 K2 is there as well. And you can use the promo code BIO30, BIO30. You can use BIO30 to get 30% off, and that's what you should be doing. So let me share with you the importance of magnesium. We got to talk about magnesium today. Man, this is going to be a fantastic conversation. This is one of those simple, easy, tried and truths that you all should be using every single day. And if you're not, you're missing out on so much opportunity for your health. So you got to remember, you're not blocked, you're broke, you're not broken, you're blocked, and you're not diseased, you're disconnected. And magnesium is one of the biggest disconnections that you're dealing with, because if you don't have proper magnesium, the body cannot heal in the manner that it was originally designed to do and supposed to. So type magnesium alone, magnesium below, and I'll teach you more about this. Now, Linda says, hey, what if you can't tolerate magnesium glycinate? That means you have a genetic predisposition for low stomach acid. Now, Linda, Marcy, Bill, and Jamie, those of you that are having problems with magnesium glycinate, here's what I want you to do. I want you to do a test at home, okay? Somebody type at the bottom, type in the word test, and I'll tell you what the test is that you're supposed to do. If you have troubles absorbing minerals, or if you take magnesium glycinate and you get dizziness, lightheadedness, upset stomach, etc., it's typically one of two things. Either you don't have enough enzymes being produced in your body, or number two, you don't have enough stomach acid. So here's the test that you can do, Linda, to see if this is you. It's one or the other. And here's the test. Go get some organic baking soda. That's sodium bicarbonate. Organic baking soda. Take about a teaspoon, half to a full teaspoon of organic baking soda. Put it in some lukewarm or warm water. Stir that up, about 4 ounces, maybe 6 ounces of water. Stir that up and drink that down. And Linda, within 3 minutes, you should burp or belch. If you don't burp or belch, that means you have low stomach acid. That means you need to start taking a plant-based multi-enzyme every day, like our digestive enzyme, and you should start using sodium bicarbonate or baking soda as a supplement. You should once or twice a day take a spoonful or a half a teaspoonful of baking soda and drink it down with some water to improve the stomach acid production in your GI tract. And then you should also start taking some apple cider vinegar, That's right, ABV. You guys ever heard of apple cider vinegar? Some apple cider vinegar with each meal. About a 1 ounce shot of that or a full tablespoon of that with a meal helps you balance out your stomach acid. So if you have trouble with magnesium glycinate, that's why. Because chelated magnesium glycinate is the easiest, most absorbable form that's out there, and it's the simplest on your GI tract. So let's talk a little bit about magnesium. So when magnesium levels are low, if you guys have questions, make sure you put them in the chat, by the way, okay? When magnesium levels are low, this is what happens. We get sleep problems. We get fatigue issues. We get muscle cramps. We get tachycardia. We get AFib. We get wrinkles, especially like, what do you call them? The 11s and the smile lines. We get more wrinkly type stuff. We get heart palpitations, heart arrhythmias. We get migraines and headaches. We get vision issues. We have a higher issue of ringing in the ears. Tinnitus can be a magnesium deficiency. You get brain fog and irritability. You can also get blood sugar dysregulation. Anyone who is a diabetic or pre-diabetic, which if you're a pre-diabetic, in my world, you already are a diabetic, we have to get that blood sugar below that 5.0, ideally, or around a 5.0. And magnesium helps do that. If you have elevated sugars in your body, sugar blocks magnesium. You're going to learn more about that today, okay? But it's got to be, you've got to have the right form of magnesium glycinate. And I love this form because it's a simple, easy little pill. It's a high absorbable form of it. You only need to take 1 or 2 of these a day. I used to take hundreds and hundreds, like 500 to 1500 milligrams of magnesium a day. And now I switched to this and I only have to take 2 pills a day. It's so fantastic. It saves me time, energy, money, and I like all of that. And if you have a body that feels like it's tired or it's hard when you're working out and you can't recover after workouts and your muscles are sore, you got achiness and fibromyalgia and joint pain, it's probably a magnesium deficiency, okay? So listen, here's what I want you to understand. From the BioLimitless perspective, this is important. Magnesium, listen, magnesium is one of the minerals that will help remove the blocks and restore the connections in the body. You see, when your cells cannot regulate energy, the electrical signals inside the body, they lose their ability to relax. And when magnesium's low, muscles and your heart and your cells stay excited. They don't get into that relaxation state. And magnesium will not solve every single problem by itself, but it will put the state closer into a relaxed state of functionality. And most of you are wired and tired because you do not have enough magnesium in your system. So let's talk a little bit about magnesium glycinate. Why do I like glycinate better than other forms that are out there? First of all, it's one of the least expensive, the most absorbable, and it's kind of the catch-all that about 85% of the global population does well with it without any intervention, like we talked about with Linda. If magnesium glycinate upsets your stomach, if you have an intolerance to it, it's usually because you have low digestive enzymes. So if magnesium bothers you, you need to be taking digestive enzymes with your meals, and you probably have low stomach acid. So the magnesium portion is the part that supports the muscles, the nerves, the energy production, the blood sugar regulation, the blood pressure. Magnesium deficiencies are like peas and carrots, okay? When it comes to blood pressure issues, if you have high blood pressure, you usually have low magnesium, low potassium, okay? This is the mineral that is doing the heavy lifting in most of the processes in the body. Now, the glycinate component to the magnesium is the carrier portion of it. Okay, glycine is an amino acid, and it's, in my opinion, one of the most, if not the most important amino acid. It helps the body get into ketosis. It helps the body repair DNA. Glycine actually helps the body deal with biofilms in the body as well. So it's easier, it's gentler to absorb. The delivery system pushes it down into the small intestine where it's supposed to be absorbed anyway. And glycine by itself is a calming agent. Glycine stimulates the GABA receptors in the body, which is why when you take magnesium throughout the day, it puts you at more of a state of ease, more of a state of balance, more of a state of just kind of relaxed and chilled. And if you take magnesium in the evening time, especially about an hour or two before bed, it helps your body get into that stage where cortisol goes down, melatonin goes up, GABA goes up, helps the brain get into that state of rest, relaxation, and recovery. It is essential for the body, and 80 to 85% of you are deficient in it, okay? Here's what's amazing about this particular product, the way that we made it with the chelated form of magnesium, and that's what you need. It needs to be chelated. Chelation and ionization is the same type of minerals that we put in the Detox Pro Plus. This allows for almost complete absorption of the minerals. You know what's worse than the nutritional product that you purchase? The worst kind is the kind that doesn't work, okay? The kind that you don't absorb. So the Detox Pro Plus and the magnesium the magnesium that we use is a form that has an ion form. It allows for better absorption. It's chelated. So it allows for flexible timing for absorption. It gets into the intestines and absorbs where it's supposed to. The bioavailability is the highest form of bioavailability of magnesium that you can get on the market. And it is a foundational strategy that everybody should be using to reconnect and and for the body to recover. If you're not recovering properly, it's usually because you're low in magnesium. By the way, if you have issues with sleep, stress, relaxation, muscle aches, fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis, autoimmune issues, you got to get on magnesium. It's so important. So what does magnesium do in the body? It does multiple things. Number one, this is important to understand. Everybody wants more energy. If you have more energy, you can do more things. You can feel more accomplished. How many of you feel exhausted when you don't have enough energy? Somebody type energy down at the bottom. If you want more energy, let me know, and I'll show you some cool things that you can do with energy. All right, now listen. Energy is important because your cells use magnesium to make ATP. Okay, so there's a specific type of ATP called magnesium ATP, and that's where most of your energy in your muscles and your brain comes from. So you can eat all the vitamins and minerals and nutrients, and you can take all the fats, carbs, and proteins and eat all the right foods. But if you don't have enough magnesium in your system to convert that energy into usable energy, it doesn't work. And I'm going to show you in a moment the minimums that people need to be supplementing in their daily lifestyle to help their body rock and roll with this. The second thing is it's necessary for muscle function. I have so many patients of mine that have sore, achy muscles. We have a lot of people that deal with chronic pain and they have injuries. I mean, yesterday alone, we saw about 150 people that have neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, people that worked in the garden too much over the weekend, people that have joint issues, knee issues, all these things. We put them on magnesium, which, by the way, magnesium helps relax and calcium contracts. When you have an injury, when you have chronic pain, when you have all these chronic inflammatory states in the body, then what happens is calcium goes high in the muscles, calcium goes high in the nerves. That causes an overexcitation, which means more pain, more numbness and tingling, and you just don't feel well. Well, you get magnesium in your system and it pushes that calcium down. It pushes that calcium out. It relaxes the overexcitation of the nerves. It helps the body balance like it's supposed to. It gets rid of muscle cramps, Charlie horses. And by the way, if you're getting those cramps and Charlie horses in your muscles, you're going to get it in your heart. You're going to get it in your organs. You're going to get it in your diaphragm. You're going to get it in your nerves. So a daily dose of magnesium is a game changer. I do it every morning and I do it every night, and you should as well, for lots of reasons, including blood sugar issues. Listen, folks, I see a lot of patients every day that have things like insulin resistance and prediabetes, and folks that are diabetic, and even folks that have type 1 diabetes, which is an autoimmune dysregulation issue, that when we put them on the right dosages of magnesium and help their body get into ketosis, it completely changes their life and saves their life. So we have to have this for blood sugar regulation. And by the way, blood sugar regulation, when the blood sugars are elevated, that's the number one cause of high blood pressure. So you can kill two birds with one stone with magnesium glycinate, where you can literally take the magnesium and it can lower your sugars and it can lower your blood pressure all at the same time. I mean, that's a freaking no-brainer, you guys. Okay, that's a no-brainer. It also helps with nerve stability. Now, your nervous system, most people's nervous system is overexcited. How many of you ever get anxious or nervous? Somebody type in anxiety or nervousness in the bottom, or the word stress. How many of you get too stressed out? Somebody type in the word stress in the chat below. Now, listen, here's the deal with stress. So stress is you get overproduction of calcium that hit certain channels in the cells and overexcite the cells. You get glutamate. Glutamate is a neurotransmitter that gets overexcitatory. It stimulates the body. It's like adrenaline in your cells all the time. Your cells get overexcited. You get chronic inflammation. You get chronic pain. You get chronic fatigue. You get all these things. You get all these things this morning. Okay, one second. Yes. Okay. So you get all these issues that bring up in your nervous system. And we get patients that have things like anxiety, depression, insomnia, nervousness, social anxiety, and we start giving them magnesium, and it's usually glycinate, because glycinate is an amino acid that has a carrier molecule that brings magnesium into the cells, and it also stimulates GABA, so it helps more of that relaxation component. We have a tremendous amount of patients that have issues with heart arrhythmias. They have either AFib or tachycardia, or they get sitting to standing dizziness and lightheadedness. And that usually is a magnesium deficiency. And then blood pressure and vascular tone. Every single patient of mine that has any type of cardiovascular issues, any type of arrhythmias, we've got to put them on magnesium glycinate. And we're using, and this is the form that we're using now, and it's working fantastic. I used to have to take between 500 to 1,000 milligrams a day of magnesium glycinate. With our new formula, I'm literally getting away with 300 milligrams a day, and my magnesium levels are going up on my blood test. Okay. Why does that, and how does that work? Because this is a better absorbable form of it. So you can take less and get a better therapeutic effect. That's what we are all about, using that common sense approach with all this. So let me talk to you a little bit more about the importance of magnesium and why you should be getting it. And first of all, most of you, it's not in your food supply. There is no way in an HE double hockey sticks that you're going to be able to get magnesium through your diet. It's just not possible. The standard American diet blocks magnesium absorption, okay, especially on the levels that we need. And the fact that we're under so much more stress, we need more of that magnesium, and we're not getting enough of it. So let's talk about the systems and processes that magnesium can help with. Bone health. If you have osteoporosis, osteopenia, joint pain, by the way, the number one cause of joint pain is losing of magnesium from the bones, okay? So magnesium helps work alongside calcium and vitamin D. Folks, if you're low in vitamin D and you're taking vitamin D every day and you're not taking calcium and you're not taking magnesium with it, you're wasting your time, okay? You have to have a certain amount of vitamin D and magnesium together for absorption. You do not need K2 for absorption of vitamin D. You need magnesium absorption, okay? Somebody write down vitamin D, magnesium. It's the combo together. Magnesium, vitamin D3. Together, that's what you should be taking. Guys, make sure you guys are subscribing, and following us so that you can share this with your friends and family. So long-term low magnesium causes osteoporosis, osteopenia, joint pain, bone pain, arthritis, etc. It's a detox chemical. Listen, magnesium helps make glutathione. Glutathione is known as the master antioxidant in the body, right? You hear people talk about it. What's glutathione? You hear people say the master antioxidant. Well, if you don't have enough magnesium, you're not making that like it's supposed to. And I'm telling you right now, taking glutathione orally is a waste of your time and money unless it is a liposomal form of it. Glutathione is not absorbing orally. We've tried for years to get it to do that. It doesn't do it. But if we have the precursors like magnesium, then your body is going to make its own glutathione like it's supposed to. We find increased levels of glutathione when we mix the magnesium glycinate with the cell signal, because the cell signal formula has all the methylated B vitamins. When these two go together, you make more glutathione on its own. The only other way to get glutathione to go up is to do an IV of it. All right. Now, it is important and imperative for digestion. If you don't have enough magnesium, your bowels can't move like it's supposed to. Somebody mentioned earlier before that you take 500 milligrams a day of magnesium for your bowel issues. That's a fantastic way to keep your bowels moving. Sometimes we recommend using magnesium citrate. Remember, citrate, I always tell people citrate makes your shit straight. Okay. It keeps your bowels moving. It gets more fluid into the intestinal tract. But magnesium glycinate, if you take 2 of these in the morning, okay, listen, if you take 2 of these in the morning with a half or a full teaspoon of organic sea salt, put it in some warm water, drink it down. It needs to be warm water. You do that once or twice a day. That will keep your bowels moving without any issues at all. If you don't have enough magnesium, your bowels can't move. You can't detox like you're supposed to. Your DNA cannot repair. And the protein, we talk about protein as the number one food deficiency that people have. And I'm just telling you that if you don't have enough magnesium in your system, you can't absorb and utilize your protein, and your body and your cells can't recover and heal. Okay. And it's responsible for transporting of potassium and calcium in and outside of the cell membrane. Magnesium is a signaling compound that does so many things in the body, over 300 different processes, that if you're not supplementing this, you are missing out so much. This is a key component. So let's talk about how magnesium deficiencies block and cause disconnections in the body. Remember, we always teach that you're not broken, you're blocked, and you're not diseased, you're disconnected. So we always talk about the fact that magnesium, when magnesium is low, the cells become when magnesium is low, cells become more electrically what's called unstable. The muscles lose flexibility. Your muscles get really tight. Your ligaments get really tight. Your joints get really tight. You feel like you're in a wetsuit all the time. Your recovery slows down. Your energy slows down. Your quality of sleep goes completely to crap. You cannot get rid of your stress. You feel overstressed, and you don't have enough magnesium in reserves to keep your body balanced. This is a block. This is a real block in real biological terms. That's what the BioLimitless magnesium does. It unblocks this. So let's talk about the disconnection. A magnesium deficiency in the body can also feel like disconnection because systems stop working altogether smoothly. The brain doesn't work like it's supposed to. The emotional component of your brain dysregulates. So low magnesium causes mood swings, causes anxiousness, causes depression, causes blood sugar instabilities. Listen to me. If you are having blood sugar swings, it's usually because you are not having enough magnesium in your system. When digestion becomes sluggish, your brain and body and your gut gets disconnected. And so you may look fine, but on the inside, your body is inflamed, your brain is foggy, you're tired, your muscles are tense, and you're depleted on the inside. That's what's happening. So I need you to understand that magnesium, at least in the BioLimitless language that we speak about, helps with cellular communication. It helps with electrical stability. It helps with relaxation. It stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system. It stimulates the vagus nerve. It helps with stress and recovery. It is essential for stress management. It helps with better flow through in your system. So what does that mean? It helps your nerves flow. It helps your blood flow. It helps your bowels flow. If those things don't flow, if those are blocked, we become toxic. If we don't have flow through our body, our blockages cause us to have dysfunctions, and ultimately that leads to disease. Now, when we talk about symptoms let me close this out. By the way, let me know if this makes sense. By the way, if you guys want, somebody type in below Bio30. Bio30. If you go to BioLimitless website right now and you purchase any of our products, you put in Bio30. Bio30 is the 30% discount that you can get for the products and services. That's on a one-time purchase. If you're going to go do the subscribe and save, you can actually save 40%. If you go down and you got to do the subscribe and save instead of a one-time purchase, you got to click on the subscribe and save, and you put Bio30X3. Bio30X3 gets you 30% off plus another 10% for the next 3 months. Okay. Now, here are the top 20 signs and symptoms of a magnesium deficiency. I want you to type below the one that describes you the best. So, low energy or fatigue, general weakness. Does your body feel weak all the time? Do you get muscle cramps? You get muscle cramps in Charlie horses? Do you get twitchiness? Like you get twitchiness in your muscles around your face, or do your arms or hands twitch, or do you get shakiness real bad? Those are signs of magnesium deficiencies. Okay. You got restlessness in your sleep. You got restless leg syndrome. That's almost always a magnesium deficiency. You've got a restless body. You can't sit still. How many of you have children that have ADD, ADHD? Somebody type in ADD or ADHD in the chat. That ADD, ADHD, that is a huge deal. And we get people to get magnesium in their children in the morning. We start giving them real food for breakfast, like, real food, like eggs and meat and vegetables, and not cereal and breads and sugars and liquid crack. And guess what? The kids can actually focus. They can concentrate. They can heal. They can do better. So if you're not sleeping well, it's magnesium. If you're not focusing well, it's magnesium. If you get palpitations in your heart, okay? If you get brain fog, poor concentration, okay, numbness and tingling. Man, every single neuropathy patient we have, you have to put them on magnesium, okay? We typically have them do 1 pill in the morning and 1 pill in the evening, okay? If you get any type of low exercise recovery, if you work out and it takes you 3 to 4 days or 2 to 3 days to feel better, it's usually low magnesium, okay? You got low muscle recovery. You got increased muscle soreness. You got reduced stress resilience, okay? What about loss of appetite? I see so many people that come in and they say, I'm just not hungry, okay? I'm just not feeling well. When I eat, I'm tired. When I eat, I get nauseous. Those are all signs of magnesium deficiencies. Which of these symptoms sounds like you, okay? Your body feels tight or overstimulated, or you've got constipation. Magnesium is a breakthrough. It's a tried and true formula that every one of you should be using on a regular basis. By the way, let me close this out so you can see this a little bit better. Look at this. Here's how common magnesium deficiencies are. About 50% of the global population is deficient magnesium. I think that's massively deficient. I think that number is way underinflated. That it should be like 85 to 90%, okay? Hey, take 2 of these. This will help your blood sugars, okay? Take 2 of those now and then take 2 of those in about an hour. So that's about it's closer to 3 billion people are having issues with this. And by the way, magnesium affects over 300 enzyme processes in the body, okay? Magnesium is a cofactor in over 300 enzyme processes. 300, okay? Magnesium is responsible for over 300 different processes in your body, and 80+% of the population is deficient in it, okay? I'm telling you, when I find magnesium not deficient in my patients, I'm shocked and surprised by it. Look, why do we have so many of these deficiencies? Because of our standard American diet. Eating seed oils and sugar blocks absorption of magnesium. We have stress. When you're under stress, somebody type in the word stress at the bottom. How many of you have stress? Yeah, I see that. Like all of you do. Me too. We're all stressed out, right? Magnesium helps deal with stress, okay? The more stress you're under, the more magnesium you need. Magnesium is there to offset a stressful lifestyle, okay? If you train a lot, if you exercise, if you sweat a lot, you need magnesium for recovery. There are certain medications. If you are taking blood pressure pills, cholesterol pills, any type of heart medications, any type of protein pump inhibitors, heartburn, reflux, indigestion meds, you will be deficient in magnesium, and you better supplement with magnesium glycinate because your body can actually help you deal with those deficiencies better. Anyone who's got leaky gut or poor absorption or any blood sugar issues has a magnesium deficiency, okay? And blood tests for magnesium are so difficult to test for because it only really measures about 1 to 2% of the actual magnesium inside your cells. It's hard to measure that. So if you're low on a serum blood test, we always tell people on a serum magnesium test, we want your level to be above a 6.6. And if it's below that, you're deficient in magnesium, okay? Now, remember this, adults today, we're more vulnerable, and so are kids. We're more vulnerable to deficiencies in magnesium because of high stress, low sleep, high stimulants. If you're drinking coffee in the morning and you're drinking 4 to 5 glasses of caffeine a day, you're blocking your absorption of your minerals and you're running through magnesium faster. Here are some of the big reasons why humans, but especially adults, have low magnesium. High stress and nervous system overload. Okay, they're overstressed, overworked. Their sleep and recovery is crap. Okay, their muscle recovery and tension is horrible, so they're taking it for that. Their metabolism is not working, so they're taking magnesium to help support blood sugars. By the way, magnesium is a natural GLP-1 agonist by itself. That's what magnesium is. It's a natural GLP-1 agonist. It can help you. And it's a foundational daily support that every man, woman, and child should be on. By the way, children have major issues with magnesium as well. You better be giving your kids the magnesium. So listen, here's what we do with magnesium for kids. If they can't swallow the pill, it's real simple. All you do is you take one of these little capsules that are in here and you open up this little powdery capsule and you sprinkle that on their food, on their yogurt, put it on their breakfast, put it in water, drink it down, just get it in them somehow, some way. It helps calm their body, helps them sleep better. I mean, how many of you would like your kids to sleep better? It helps with digestive regularities, which like 70% of kids have issues with. It's a massive support for your modern diet. If you don't take magnesium with our modern diet, you're a mess. There's just no way you're going to be able to fix this. So dosages wise, everybody's body's a little unique and different, but these are kind of the common dosages that are recommended for magnesium. Children need about 100 to 300 milligrams a day, depending on their size. If you're a big 12-year-old that's the size of an adult, give them the adult dose, which is around 300 milligrams a day. Most adult women need about 300 to 400 milligrams a day. Most adult men need about 300 to 500 milligrams a day, depending upon their size, their activity, and what they do. Some take more than that, but when we've got the delivery system where you can actually take less milligrams and get a higher dose because there's high elemental magnesium. So when you buy a supplement, there's all kinds of things in that supplement. We put a higher dose of elemental magnesium in here and the glycinate in there, so it carries it in, so less gives you a higher absorbability, okay? So general dosing practices here. Typically what we do with our formula that we created, this is the BioLimitless Magnesium Glycinate. Most people will do one pill in the morning and one pill in the evening time. The morning time gets digestion right, gets energy right, helps get their mood right, helps them stay steady, stable, relaxed, balanced nervous system, relaxes their muscles throughout the day. And then you take one before bed. Some people like to do two before bed. That will also help them rest, recover, and sleep. Listen, some people need more. Some of my patients are taking 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. Some are doing 2 in the morning, 2 midday, and 2 in the evening time. Find your dose and take the dose that you need based off of your physiological demand and need in your body. But everybody should be supplementing with magnesium. And when you take it, dosing time does matter. If you take it in the morning, it's going to help with mental clarity, nerve function, digestive performance. If you take it in the late afternoon, it will help more with supporting muscles, reducing stress throughout the day, helps with performance and recovery. If you use it in the evening time, it's going to help you relax. It'll help you when your cortisol levels go down, for melatonin and GABA, which are the relaxation chemicals in the body, to normally go up. The best protocol is to split it, to do a dose in the morning and a dose in the evening. Our bottle is a 30-day supply. It's 2 pills a day for all of you to take is the base dose of it. Some of you will need 2 in the morning and 2 at night, but most people will do great with 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening time. Worst case scenario, just get 2 in you a day and you'll be doing fantastic. A couple other things. Magnesium glycinate, we talked about the fact that it's better for sleep quality. It helps restorative sleep. That's the key. We don't want you just going to sleep. Melatonin will help you go to sleep, but we want you to stay asleep. We want that restorative sleep. So that magnesium glycinate at bedtime, it improves muscle recovery, helps the body stay calmer, okay? Helps the body be more consistent with digestion, helps the body stay healthier, and it's a stronger foundation of energy throughout the entire day, okay? There's a tremendous amount of research behind magnesium. It's one of the most researched minerals on the market. There's just a dozen of them talks about this form. It's the highest form of bioavailability. This is the dosages that are recommended even by NIH. The data is there for anxiety, for sleep, for all kinds of problems. The data is there. It's very commonsensical. So magnesium helps support sleep. It helps the brain balance. It blocks the stress receptors. It helps the melatonin pathways turn on. It helps your cortisol levels balance in your body. So you're going to fall asleep better. You're going to wake up less times in the evening. You're going to stay asleep. You're going to feel more rested, and you're going to have less problems of muscle tightness and tension and stress throughout the day because of magnesium when it's balanced. So magnesium is important for chronic stress, chronic pain, inflammatory issues. It's necessary for muscle recovery. It helps balance out protein absorption. It helps your body deal with magnesium balance. Remember, ATP in the muscles is where you get magnesium. ATP is where muscles get their strength and power from. Okay. If you're not getting magnesium, your body cannot produce the energy in the muscles like it's supposed to. And that's your metabolism for your blood sugars and movement in your body. It's a metabolic health compound. It helps with insulin resistance. One of the biggest problems that we have out there is the insulin issues we've got, and it helps with energy production at a cellular level. It is a no-brainer. The research out here for type 2 diabetics and magnesium says that it's a non-negotiable. If you have insulin issues or blood sugar metabolic problems, you should be supplementing daily with magnesium glycinate, okay? For bowel issues, relaxation, for support of the brain-gut connection. I mean, so much more. It's an absolute no-brainer. I think I've beat this horse to death, but it's essential for bone health as well. If you don't have enough magnesium, you will never help with osteoporosis and osteopenia, especially ladies. Listen, those of you that are dealing with postmenopause, premenopause, or menopause, your body is already at an elevated risk of osteoporosis, okay? And you also have an elevated risk of magnesium deficiencies. You're going to need to take magnesium glycinate. If you're perimenopause, in menopause, or postmenopause, you must be taking vitamin D3 every day, vitamin K2 every day. You must be doing weight-bearing exercises and taking magnesium on a daily. And I always recommend zinc and copper as well. It is a non-negotiable. And you can kind of take a look here and see magnesium glycinate. That's the highest absorption we have. It's gentle on the gut as opposed to other forms that are out there. I get that a lot of you hear things on social media that, hey, 3-8's for the brain and malate's for the bowels. No, it's not. Okay. It's magnesium's magnesium. The carrier component, the amino acid, it's relevant, but you don't get higher absorption than magnesium glycinate. It's like 88% absorption. This formula is 80% to 90% absorbable. Most of them out there on the market are less than 15 to 20%. So this is for chronically stressed out adults, for active people, for poor sleepers, and people who eat processed foods. Listen, 70% of our diet is ultra processed foods. If you're eating the standard American diet and you're not taking magnesium, you're crazy, okay? So a couple of FAQs. Can you take magnesium with other supplements? Yes, no problem. Why doesn't my blood test show low magnesium? Because it doesn't measure it in the cells properly. Is it safe to take long-term? Yes, I take magnesium every day, and I will. Like every day I do magnesium, I do D3, I do K2, I do plant-based multi-enzyme, I do my probiotic formula, I do my zinc, and I do my copper, and then the rest of my master stack. That's what I personally do on a daily basis. So I put some FAQs in here. If you guys want to have this presentation on here, and we'll hook you up with that. It has the FAQs and so much more in this. So you just got to be consistent. This is a simple thing that you can do. Take a dose in the morning, take a dose in the evening, be consistent with your magnesium, and I will connect you with all of the other conversational pieces that you need. Those of you guys that put in the chat, BIO30, that BIO30 is the promo code that you can use. It's one word, BIO30, just like Steph put in here. It's a one-time purchase, get you 30% off. You guys can go to BioLimitless.com right now, or click the link below, or go in the chat and look and see if you can find the link. But you can go there. You can get the magnesium. You can get sorry, you can get all the BioLimitless products that we've got, and you can get that promo code. Go do the subscribe and save. You should be on magnesium every day the rest of your life. There's really no reason not to take it. Those of you that have an upset stomach from glycinate, get some digestive enzymes. That's the digest formula, and start using the protocols to get your stomach acid to balance like it's supposed to. And if you want to do the subscribe and save, it's Bio30X3. That'll get you 40% off everything that's out there. So folks, I know that's a lot of information. Man, a lot of you guys typed in like the symptoms. Okay. Denise said, I used to have a twitchy eyelid, no more. Magnesium fixes that. Gary says muscle spasms. Magnesium and potassium fixes that. Okay. Heather says fatigue. Get on the magnesium. Let's see where you get with that. Not wanting food. Like Rena, that's a big one. Usually having low magnesium causes low appetite. Okay. Stress. Morgan, that's a magnesium thing, man, for sure. Magnesium helps muscle spasms. Yeah, Guy, for sure. Good morning, Katie. Great to see you as well. Rena says, stress is my life. Okay. God bless you. So that's what you should be doing, guys. And is there anyone that should not use the glycinate form? If you have really low stomach acid, you're going to have a little bit more trouble with magnesium, period. So the magnesium glycinate is good for everyone, but if it doesn't do well with you, that's a sign that there's something else going on. And Vicky, that usually means that you have low enzymes and low stomach acid production. Okay. Great questions, you guys. Yes. Sharon, Bio 30 X3 is for the subscribe and save. Okay. All right, guys, listen, I got to get going. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and get the notifications, and share this. Share this info, because knowledge is power, but wisdom is taking that knowledge and applying it to your life. Guys, I hope you have an amazing day today. We have so many patients that we're taking care of today. We got a big live tomorrow. We're going to share some more amazing stuff with you on zinc and copper tomorrow. Listen, folks, love and appreciate you guys. Until we meet again, I'm Dr. Eric Nepute. Remember, knowledge is power, but wisdom is taking that knowledge and applying it to your life. Have an amazing day and be well. Take care, guys.